It's a matchup of top 10 teams in the country as your Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team takes on Daytona State College in the Region 8 Conference Opener. Live from Titans Soccer Complex on the Melbourne campus, it's the Titans and the Falcons. That's coming up next. Hey, sports fans, welcome. Live from Titan Soccer Complex, we got a big-time matchup. My name is Eric Kohler. I'm joined by a long-time, former star, MLS star, Eddie Rodriguez. Eddie, we got something special here. Top 10 teams, Falcons and the Titans right now.
Absolutely, Eric. A great game. Getting ready to get set here. Two teams that know each other well. They played each other last year 4 times. Every game was pretty close, and Eastern Florida's looking to get it done here at home again.
Well, Eddie, I tell you, this is a grudge match because last year these two teams played 4 times. Daytona State leads 1-2-1, and the teams met a draw in the NJCAA Southeast District Final, but Daytona State was able to punch their ticket and move forward. So these two teams, they know each other and have some history.
Yeah, you're right, and just the history they have, and both teams pretty close as far as talent, pretty close as far as what they've done on the field. So the expectations are pretty high for both teams.
Well, obviously the state of Florida was affected by a thing called Hurricane Irma. That's right. Both these squads have not played in a week due to Hurricane Irma, but the teams have combined to score 37 goals in 7 games. So talk about explosiveness. Titans, Falcons, they know how to get the ball in the net.
You're right. The Titans were on a tear before we took the break for Hurricane Irma, and they're looking to come back here doing it at home. The expectations of playing at home in this beautiful pitch, we talk about every bit of 80 by 120, and you could just wonderful conditions today with just a little bit of wind. So for them playing at home, it's just exhibition time, and they're getting ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it's a big conference open, only 6 conference games, so each game has solid weight to each and every one of these. And obviously, Eastern Florida State College came off a tough loss, a 1-0 loss to the #1 team in the country, Monroe College. But we're just moments away to honor our national anthem. It's great to have you with us, as Eastern Florida State College and Daytona State College are just moments away from doing battle of teams of top 10 in the country. Let's honor the colors of the United States of America. Great rendition of the national anthem. You can see great job. Our camera crew spent hours getting this set up for a big-time match. And, Eddie, let's take a look at some of the players. First off, what about Daytona State College?
Scott Benoit, believe it or not, he's not even a starter, and that's by design, Eric. He's got 4 goals, 3 assists. He's the catalyst going forward. He loves to come off the bench. They call him the super sub. And with those numbers, it's all about production, all about being the catalyst going forward for Daytona State.
What about the hometown Titans? What about the speedster? Check him out. There he is.
Absolutely. Alexis, you talk about speed to burn. You talk about just getting in a straight line as quick as you can towards the goal. He's got the ability, the explosiveness to get behind the whole entire defense. 2 goals, 4 assists, but much more than that, Eric. He's got the ability just to take on 2-3 players at a time, and always a headache when you're trying to mark Mr. Alexis.
Let's check out the starting lineup. What about, check this out here for the Titans. Don't forget about number 16. He is something special.
Absolutely. Keeping an eye on Danilo Orsi Tadamo. He's been on a tear here right before the break, before the hurricane. And, of course, defensively, Owen Torkowski, just a force to be reckoned with for these Eastern Florida Titans.
I'll tell you what, we're just moments away from a top 10 matchup, but here are the coaches. These are two fellows right there that have put Florida on the map in terms of national branding. Oliver 12 Trees on the right, hometown Titans, obviously Bart Sassnet of Daytona State College. These two guys have really built something special.
No, you're right. They have that special rivalry, and, of course, we know of Oliver 12 Trees and how methodical he is about, training his team, attention to detail. That's the way he was when he was a player. Now he does it from, the skipper spot, being a head coach, and he's pays attention to detail, and that's why Eastern Florida is great going forward.
And here are the referees calling tonight's big match. Elvis Osamanovich is our main referee, and he'll be accompanied by Paul Berg and Jonathan Quinter. A beautiful evening right here on the pitch here. Two top 10 teams in the country. And I'll tell you what, Eddie, to get experience this early in the season, to play this top-notch, the Titans already played the number 1 team in the country, and now they face off against Daytona State. This has really got to help you when you make your run toward the Cup final.
Well, it's all about, peaking at the right time. You're right. They lost to the number 1 team in the country, but, for them it's a good tune-up game. Here's the second challenge of the year against a great Daytona State. They have the advantage of playing at home. Great crowd. Beautiful facilities here as we get ready to get going here. Just keep an eye on the center mid for both teams. This game is going to be won at center mid. Of course, Eastern Florida coming out with a traditional 4-3-3. Daytona State's going to sit back a little bit with a 4-4-2. A little bit different, but the matchup is going to be at center mid.
We are underway here. Titans Soccer Complex. Thanks for joining us, Eric Kohler, alongside Eddie Rodriguez. Just a beautiful facility. And you can see right now the Titans are donning the white jerseys, Daytona State, and the blue over blue. And Daytona State quickly tries to get something down at the end here. So obviously these two teams know each other very well, Eddie. What are some of the things to kickstart for both these squads?
Well, of course, right away you got to worry about the speed of Greg Charlton at 29 up front. You saw the first through ball they played him. He was in offside, so he was able to get through, and you got to pay attention to his speed because he got behind the whole entire Eastern Florida defense. As we see Marco Tomic here with the in-swinger, right-footed.
Oh, a nice little header spot right there, no avail. And that'll clear for Eastern Florida State College. Again, just great branding, great eyes of the program of both these programs. Eastern Florida State College, now Daytona State. And the one thing, both these teams now have their own facility. Daytona State will christen their brand new $3.2 million facility, actually against Eastern Florida on October the 10th. They'll have a ribbon cutting ceremony. So talk about creating the gold standard here in the state of Florida, Eastern Florida and Daytona State. Coach Oliver 12 Trees is instilling obviously the 4-3-3. Defenders up front with the 3 mids. And he feels like he's got a lot of athleticism. As that'll be a foul there, turnover there to Daytona State on their end.
And those are the turnovers that you have to be careful with as Daytona State goes for a quick counter.
Just good speed for Eastern Florida. Lime Rosary, the ball's out of bounds, stays with the Titans. It's number 6, Mickey George with the throw in. Mickey, freshman out of Newark, New Jersey. Again, Coach 12 Trees amasses a great recruiting class each and every year. He's done a great job entering his 5th season as a coach of the hometown Titans.
And George, a predominantly left-footed player, working out of that left fullback spot. He's got the ability to go forward. Great service with that left foot. And of course, he's got the pace and stamina to go 18-18. Had a couple of great crosses last time we saw him play here at home.
Now, Eddie, the wind is prevalent this evening. It's kind of coming in from the northeast, and I talked about that with 12 Trees, and he said that really sometimes when you're going into the wind, it kind of forces you to stay in a certain part of the field. What do you think about the wind
Well,
as a
yeah,
factor?
you want to put the ball on the ground, especially if it's really windy. But most of the time when we get a little bit of wind condition, it usually dies down. But it's definitely a factor, so you want to put the ball on the ground.
Do you think it's advantageous right now with Daytona State working with the wind?
No, not
attacking?
necessarily. A lot of the times when you're going with the wind, it has the tendency, the ball, to get away from you. So you have to make sure that when you strike the ball, you kind of want to not overdo it, if you will. If you're going to get the advantage of the wind behind you, the ball's going to travel forward. So, you know, it's going to be challenging for both teams. You don't, you know, a windy condition doesn't help anyone.
The winds are coming out of the northeast at 13 miles per hour. Just an absolutely beautiful evening for soccer action here, especially top 10 matchup this early in the season. Teams have history. I was talking to the coach for Daytona State. He says between 90 minutes, it's going to be chippy. These two teams want to win, highly competitive, and that's why these are some of the best teams in the country right here.
Marco Tomic here, right-footed end swinger, dangerous. Bryce Notardano comes out quickly, didn't actually touch the ball.
It's a good fight for the ball there. Clears it out far side.
Imperative for Eastern Florida just to keep that shape in the back. Of course, when you have big frames in the back like Owen Trokowski, who's great in the air, he actually got a header in the last one as the goalkeeper Notardano was coming out.
See right there in the mid there, number 5, Owen Torkowski.
And that's what you want to do. Eastern Florida taking their time to build out of the back. And that's great to see. And all the way back, Abdul Ghani, you just defensive center mid, and now he comes to speed.
Oh, got a shot on the right side. No good, but a good attack right there. Eddie, what do you feel about there? Something needed to clear in the middle of the field.
A great job building out of the back for Eastern Florida Titans. We talked about the speed right there from Alex Alexis. Watch this ball great into the space.
Wow.
He turns on the jets, gets to the end line. He crossed the ball. Unfortunately, nobody in there. That's when you want Danilo to close the gap, and that's a tap in far post. But once again, we talked about the speed of Alex Alexis out wide. That's the reason why he's so dangerous.
I tell you what, he's got speed. He broke outside defensive containment, and he's got wheels on him. There he goes again. That'll be something to look at right now. Just played just over 5 minutes here in the first half. Top 10 teams, Daytona State, Eastern Florida. Thanks for joining us here on WEFS TV. A lot of eyes in the sets tonight, a lot of talent on this field. Trying to set it up in the middle here. On the outside wing, stopped by number 6, Mickey George. And ball's broken up by Daytona State.
Yeah, heavy touch by George. Shane Rosary played that ball into the space. And once again, as you mentioned, the speed of number 11, Alex Alexis. You do not want to overuse that in the sense that you don't want to become one-dimensional when the whole entire Daytona defense knows that that's all you have. So he's got the ability to cut the ball to the inside as well. Not being a left-footed player, he can cut it and then take a shot with his left foot.
Here we go, throw-in. Ball is loose in front of the net there. Here's Danilo. Ball goes out of bounds. And the goalkeeper for Daytona State's had a great season so far. Sophomore out of Orlando, Florida, Phil D'Amico, number 1. There's a good shot of Phil.
Actually, Danilo forcing the corner kick. Good chance right here for Eastern Florida.
Absolutely.
You have two choices there, Alex Alexis, and of course the number 4, Troy Gonzalez, gives you a different look.
Good try toward the middle, broken up. Eastern Florida scored 18 goals in 4 matches. Daytona State 19 goals in 3 matches. So talk about explosive on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, great cross off that corner kick, looking for the big man on top, Torkowski. He loves to go forward. Owen Torkowski, not stranger when he comes down to heading on corner kicks 4.
Throwing for Daytona State. A little jostling for the ball right there on the far side. And late whistle comes in, it goes the other way. Tell you what, talk about a balanced attack. Check this out, Eddie. With the Titans, 8 different Titans have scored goals this season. And on the other side, for Daytona State, 6 different players have scored at least 2 goals.
Yeah, that's a well-balanced offense for both sides. And
wow.
That tells you about, you know, the ability of Oliver Tweltry to coach this team. And when you have multiple goal scorers, you know, as you mentioned, 8 different players from Eastern Florida have gone on the
That's special.
on the tally. Absolutely.
You never know where the attack's coming from.
Especially when you have, you know, all those different weapons. You talk about Alexis, and you have, of course, Danilo, who's been on a tear, low. And Myers, some of the fullbacks that love to go forward.
Yeah, Danilo, 8 goals this season, assisted on 4 others. And I'm sure a lot of programs would like to have him in the mix. Welcome, everybody. Titan Soccer Complex, beautiful evening. Top 10 teams at the NJCAA level. Just a little dribbling there by Reese Myers. Tries to get it down to Alexis. And I tell you what, Eddie, like you said in the open, boy, he's got some wheels. Right when you think you got him contained, he just breaks containment on the far outside.
Once again, great job by Myers, the right fullback from Eastern Florida, looking for Alexis, and that's the ball that's going to hurt Daytona's defense. The diagonal ball behind the whole entire defense, and when you have the speed of Alexis, all you got to do is take the touch from the outside in, get behind the defense, and you got to drive the ball forward.
Second corner kick for the Titans. Trying to cash in off the head of number 5, Owen Torkowski. No good, but you can see right now some good looks so far offensively for the Titans.
Yeah, Torkowski did not make contact with the ball at the highest point, but it's a good effort, however. Of course, anytime you have a center back to go into the box in a corner kick and you make contact with the ball, that's a plus.
And Owen Torkowski's got good size, sophomore, local kid out of Melbourne, 6'4". So he definitely has a height advantage when he's down there and down low in front of the net. It'll be cleared out by D'Amico. Strong leg, kicks it deep. We'll jostle in the middle of the field here. These are those midfield battles, Eddie, that you always allude to that you got to win. Those are the intangibles that really can sway the balance of a match.
Absolutely. Those, you know, what people think is not a big deal, losing the ball at center mid, what we call in transition. You start losing the ball in transition, before you know it, one of those breakaways, and you can be in some serious trouble. That's the importance of keeping possession in the middle, and you don't absolutely or have to go forward, Eric. Just keeping the ball, as we see here, side to side, switching the point of attack, having a different look. Great ball into space right there.
Nice effort there. I like the way they were trying to get Danilo involved to try to get that 9th goal in the season, but Daytona State quickly back on the offense. Far side's number 7. That's Manny Perez. Perez possesses the ball. Good break up there defensively for the Titans to clear it. Daytona State stays on attack in the middle. See what they're setting up here. Good dribble drive. Ball's alive. Got to get away from Perez. Some contact, no whistle. There's a late whistle. Looks like they were letting him play for a little bit, but that last one was going to be called, Eddie.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Mickey George goes for the tackle, and you can tell he didn't like the call. That's a 50-50 challenge right there. And if you look where the ball goes, that's a 1-2 for Daytona. There's contact there, but look at this one. I can see where the referee thought there was contact from behind, but George was looking for the ball.
Look at Drisu, number 23, freshman out of Ghana. Maybe came in a little bit low. That might have drawn the whistle.
It's a couple of different looks here for Daytona State.
Goalkeeper for the Titans is number 1, Bryce Donato, sophomore nearby Merritt Island. So he's being served. Notice right here, this is the first kind of real attack here by Daytona State. A couple good looks for the Titans.
Donovan Segre, Joe O'Sullivan. He's got the left foot in swinger there. And a couple of right-footed players there. Can't quite make out the number here.
A little trickeration, number 11. They switch it back's kick. And to no avail.
Ended up being Hever Ramirez with a left-footed in-swinger here.
Take a look at this. To kind of switch it around, they set it up for actually, number 11.
Yeah, a couple of step
Hever
overs.
Ramirez.
Players stepping over the ball
Yeah.
and trying to go far post with that in-swinger. Just doesn't quite get under the ball enough for the ball to go up and down.
Corner kick by Tomic. Ball's broken up. Nice job by Donato. gets aggressive and goes bottles up. Good there look at Bryce. Bryce has a good season so far. Started 3 games. He's only given up 1 goal. 4 goals, I should say. 1 big goal was against Monroe College, but actually that was a team goal. So it wasn't even an individual goal here. Little dribble drive in the middle. I like the way they're letting it play, but a little late whistle there. You'd see the one referee on the far side thought he'd make that call, but it came from a backside call.
Yeah, Oliver Lowe gets the infraction there. And breaking the play, that's actually a good professional foul, as we call it. You stop the momentum from Daytona State as they were going and starting that counterattack. Long, deep ball into the space. Can he get there?
Did. Good save. Good save by Manny Perez. Daytona State's got something cooking here. Good dribble there on the far right. Catches the man, shot on goal. Just on the outside, still live. Great save. Notre Donato, that ball was live action. And what a great save. A player is down right here for Eastern Florida. We'll check that, but let's take a look here, Eddie. This ball was live action.
Daytona State pushing the numbers. A couple of different players right on top of the box. And Notre Donato, great save right there, right on his line. As we have an Eastern Florida player down.
You'll have to check the number. But again, a great job, great goalkeeping there. Because that ball was loose. And number 29, Craigton Charlton, the young man out of Jamaica, had a chance to get a kick on goal, but Notre Donato makes a great play. Let's take a look here, see if we can catch a number there.
Didn't quite take, that's actually Myers, the right fullback, but
yeah, Reese Myers, freshman out of Nottingham, England. And he is up with the assistance of a trainer.
O'Sullivan from Daytona State didn't quite make great contact with the ball right around the 6, and of course Bryce Notre Donato made a great effort coming forward and blocked the shot right there. It was an open net pretty much.
Let's take another look here at a different angle here, because that ball, that just really was plinging around there in front of the net there.
Yeah, and so many legs, you can tell right there from Daytona as he spins right there, takes a shot. Actually, it was Charlton.
Really was a good kick by Charlton. Yeah.
Yeah, just doesn't, as he was spinning, he didn't quite put enough force into that strike, but nonetheless, even better effort by the goalkeeper, Bryce Notre Donato, keeping the clean sheet in the back right now for Eastern Florida. And Eric, that's exactly what you want out of your goalkeeper. Keep you in the game, especially early in this half. Only 15 minutes into this first half.
On the outside, Eastern Florida trying to get answer back here. No score here. Approaching the 30-minute mark here in the first half.
You notice that Eastern Florida is always looking for their top scorer, Danilo Orsi Dodamo. Always dangerous, always looming around the 18.
These are the battles right here. When you got two teams that know each other. Again, as we get deeper we get into this match, though, you're going to see a lot of these battles get a little more chippy. A little grabbing, a little pushing. Be interesting to see how this referee crew will call this, knowing the history of these two teams from the past year. And players remember that last year, especially you come in, if you're a freshman last year or a sophomore, you want to avenge that.
Absolutely. There's always special games in your roster.
Oh, yeah.
And you circle them in your roster, and you look forward to those, especially when you're going to play against a similar opponent, a team that gave you a run for your money.
Okay, that was a good clear out by Daytona State. Number 18 making the play, Joe O'Sullivan. This is the first time Coach talked about him. He's rarely earned his way back, sophomore. That's number 18, O'Sullivan for Daytona State. This is the first game back that he's truly 100%. He rolled his ankle real bad, so a player back for Daytona State. These are the plays right here. No score. There are 29 minutes to play first half. Daytona State had a really close shot there, but the goalkeeper right there, Notre Donato, did a great job to clear it out.
Myers comes out of the back from Eastern Florida with ease. very cavalier. And
oh, beautiful pass. Nobody there, though.
yeah, that's that sector of the field I was talking about, Eric, that you need to pay attention to detail. Do not lose the ball in transition. Once again, Eastern Florida going forward.
There it is. On the outside, tries to get in the middle to Danilo. Oh, Danilo's upset, too, because he knew he had the option. Good deflection there.
But it's a great job, though. Oliver Lowe with
yeah.
a 1-2 right there. Alex Alexis, look at this 1-2. Great triangulation. Alex trying to play the ball to Danilo, who was wide open. That ball needs to be played in front. And Alex played it behind, and that's the reason why the ball didn't get to him. 1-2. Another chance here for Eastern Florida. Their 4th straight corner kick.
Oh, good kick right there. Ball's live. Let's see what they're going to call. And it'll go Daytona State. But again, you can see the competitive spirit, Danilo, right there on that replay, that he was upset. Like you said, the ball needed to be a little bit more forward, and he would have had a chance at it. Again, a big kick there by Daytona State. Kicks it deep in the territory of the Titans.
The difference in that, Eastern Florida needs to remain calm as far as keeping the ball. Technically, they're doing a good job making some runs on and off each other. Great run right here.
Mickey George. You can hear through audio feed, he's calling for the ball if he can just get clear.
Shane Brossery was asking for the ball. Mickey, just that's where you want to lay the ball off. Make you run inside.
Mickey got away with a little shove there, too, on the defender against Daytona State.
Once I was telling you, Eric, Mickey George has the ability, even though he's playing left fullback, to go from 18 to 18. He just proved that, getting all the way to the best line there as he was trying to strike that cross.
Corner kick on the near side here. Eastern Florida trying to cash in here. Little low, cleared out by Daytona State. Ball goes out in the parking lot.
Once again, this is when Eastern Florida needs to take advantage of the set pieces via corner kick, free kick, anything outside the box. Take your time, send some numbers up, numbers forward. Make sure that delivery is there.
So right here, where the way the wind is, coming in from the northeast, they can do a little short shot in here to keep it in play. Trying to center it. Nice little header, it's cleared out.
He got under that ball too much. That's got to be a driven ball with a purpose.
Yep.
Right into Danilo's head. He's got the ability, of course, to finish that. He's a great striker. He's a great finisher. And look how far he goes, all the way deep.
Yeah, definitely that ball seemed like it floated right there, Eddie. That's going to be a driving ball. But again, Oliver Twelvetree's over there. You can see he's into this game. He was calling for the call, and he got it. Goes back to Eastern Florida. There's the guy you wanted, number 16. There you go. Ball broke free. Oh, number 10 was right there. If he could have controlled that there, that'd have been Haim Rosary.
Abdul Ganiyu doesn't quite control the ball.
Freshman out of Toronto, Canada.
Trying to go for that through ball, and not enough space for you to hit the ball with that near proximity. Just not enough space around the 18. If you're going to play that ball, it's got to be low on the ground. Want to get around and try to put it on frame. But now, Eric, you're starting to finally see the combination play.
Yep.
Settle down a little bit and not look so much like a track and field meet here, going from side to side, and both teams with, of course, ability in their players, good soccer players and good athletes as well. Both teams are pretty quick.
Yeah, settle down the emotions here. Obviously, these two teams know each other, want to do something. Far side, Daytona State. Nice defense by Mickey George. Check it out, very physical down low against number 7, Manny Perez. I like the way Mickey George, he's got some fire tonight.
But
check out this look right here.
That's the ball that's going to make some damage. Great 50-yard ball on the line. And who else but Mickey George gets back defensively, just brings the boom, lowers his shoulder right there. And that's the way you want to defend. Make sure you put your body in between the ball and the player, making contact. As we see Danilo getting up high. He gets elbow from behind.
Oh, that's a big hit.
This might draw our first yellow. Referee close enough.
Yeah, let's see what the call is.
Yep, that should definitely be a yellow. He was looking in his pocket. As we see, Oliver Twelvetree did not like that. Of course, he's got the sun. I don't know if we could quite see that, but from our angle, you can totally see the intention. Watch again and see how he's making contact with the player, using him as a human shield, human ladder, if you will. but he gets away with no card. Only the call.
It looked like he was grabbing for it, too. Who was fouled on the Titans here was number 14, Oliver Rodblad Lowe, out of Vällingby, Sweden. Another talented player for Coach Oliver Twelvetrees. And again, something he said he was very proud of this team is obviously with Hurricane Irma affecting the entire state of Florida, and there was a big break and postponement of some games. He says the athleticism on this team, he has some freak athletes, and he feels like he's got some good speed. Here we go. The Titans tried a little header on the side of the net. No good.
Great driven ball, looking for Danilo Orsi-Dodamo.
He's your guy you want to get it to. Take a look here, Eddie.
Doesn't quite make the best contact with the ball. He tries to go near. That ball, you want to put it back into the center of the box for somebody else to run into, just because you have absolutely no angle. The goalkeeper's got near post right there, and even when you make contact with the ball was floating in the air, and you and I just finished talking about the difference between a driven ball with a purpose and when he hangs in the air. It's so much more difficult to put some power behind it.
If you're just joining us live from WEFS TV, Titans Soccer Complex here in Melbourne, Florida. Top 10 teams doing battle. Eastern Florida moving right to left in the white jerseys. Daytona State all in blue. Eric Kohler alongside Eddie Rodriguez. Thanks for joining us. We got ourselves a good one. No score, 22 minutes to play in this first half. Good little misdirection right there. Again, Alexis right there gets his pocket cleaned. Ball goes out of bounds. It should stay with the Titans, and it does. Again, these two teams, they have history. 4 times last year, Daytona State moved on. And Coach Oliver Twelvetrees says it's going to be a grudge match, and that was echoed by the same thing for the coach of Daytona State, Bart Sassnet. These programs, there's Coach Oliver Twelvetrees down that hat. He's in game mode right now. You just feel like he wants to run out in the field to play. There we go, Danilo. Danilo with the shot, a second shot. He gets his looks, but I love his body language, Eddie. You got to like that as a former MLS star. He wants to make that play for the hometown Titans.
Well, he's definitely the type of forward, the type of player who's always lurking around the box, always looking for that chance. And he took a shot off right there. Daytona State defenders do not give him a lot of time, and that's why you don't want to give him a lot of time, a lot of space, because any given time right there, he'll convert.
Here we go, another corner kick for the Titans. A little low, ball is loose off the top, and no good. Again, the Titans continue to knock on the door, Eddie. You got to like that they're continuing the percentages.
Yeah, Alexis with a little cheeky play right here. You see number 11 going near post. He goes to the ball, little flick. It actually hits off of one of the defenders, Roy.
Yeah, you're right, Rory O'Keefe.
O'Keefe right there, almost an own goal.
So close. But I tell you, the Titans continue to knock on the door. Percentages are in their favor. And ball goes out of bounds in the dugout at Daytona State. It'll be Falcons' ball.
Well, even if you keep playing the percentages, Eric, just the more you go forward, the more you knock on the door, eventually you will find a goal. And
that's right.
As we know, Mr. Danilo loves to find those right around the 8, right around the 6. Danilo Orsi-Dodamo, he's just one of those players who's got that nose for the goal. He's definitely a true goal scorer, so you give him a chance right around the 6, around the 8, eventually he will convert. He will make you pay.
It's going to go the other way. Be turned over to the Titans. Again, a lot of people are tuned in to watch number 16 for Eastern Florida. And again, Eastern Florida has really created a bit of a power dynasty here at NJCAA, both in the men's and women's side. The ball's broken up there, and it's bottled up by D'Amico. Under 20 minutes to play in the first half. So far, what have you seen here now, Eddie, since teams have felt each other out so far? You got a good crowd. There's a lot of energy. What do you see so far?
Yeah, both teams have settled down into their game a little bit, and you can tell that Eastern Florida has managed to, have the better of the tempo between the two. They're able to do some combinations. Daytona State hasn't had a shot in the last 10 to 12 minutes. And, of course, give credit to the center mids. Eastern Florida playing a little tighter now at center mid, keeping the ball. And you see when you put pressure, like in this case right here, with a lot less time and a lot less space, you're going to be bound to give the ball up or make a mistake in the back, as we saw right there, Marco Tomic giving the ball out of the back, giving it away.
And Siegel Knight trots on the field for the first time for the Titans, sophomore out of Kingston, Jamaica. He'll replace Abdul Ganiyu Idrisu.
Well, one thing We know about Siegel Knight, man. He can actually let him go from anywhere on the field. He's got a great right foot and left foot. Loves to take shots from outside the box.
Good battle there, number 14. Oliver Roblad Low. Strong contingent. Swedish player. The battle's right here. Ball goes loose. I like the contact, though. They're letting him play a little bit right here. And it goes back to Reese Myers, and he kicks it back to Notre Donato.
That's the way it should be. The referee close enough, but let him play as long as there's no intention on the contact. Watch how much more time now Eastern Florida has. Troy Gonzalez playing that defensive center mid role, and he does a great job just building out of the back.
You can see the shadows are becoming prevalent. That's got to be a takedown right there. That works for a cage match, but not in soccer. Take a look at this. This is pretty blatant right here. Just takes down the play, Eddie.
Yeah, and you can tell right there once again when you see the intention from behind, that shoulder, the hand grabbing, the pull. And that,
yeah, Joe O'Sullivan just pulled down Mickey and said, you're going to the ground. Here we go. Ball's loose on the far side. And again, Alexis has really been involved this evening. With those wheels, you can see why.
Well, Alexis trying to shake loose of, that close. They're marking him so close, and most of the time he's double teamed. So he wants to use that change of speed to get around and get a little bit of a glimpse. Put a shot on goal. Once again, Alexis in the corner kick, left-footed and swinger.
And Rosary. Ball comes loose on the far side. Daytona State sets to clear it. It's good look at number 3 there. That's Dylan Burke, a sophomore out of Cork, Ireland for Daytona State. And so far, so good. It seems like the Edge, even though no score, but right now the Titan seems to be more of the aggressor, but haven't been able to punch that first ticket. Dribble drive. Alexis on the far side, trying to see if he can center it out. Runs out of real estate. Good defense to clear it out of bounds. And number 4, Rory O'Keefe.
Yeah, great job by Chaim Rosary getting to the end line. You can tell that's actually Alexis getting to the end and trying to cross the ball near post.
Wow. The speed of Alexis, Eddie, that's impressive. You think the ball's going to go on the end line, and he's able to retrieve it to kick it back and center it. Again, Rosary, another kick from the corner for the Titans. Nothing doing. Big kicks cleared out.
Siegel Knight.
Siegel's got a big gun there.
Testing the
big
distance,
swing.
and I love that about him. He's not shy about going direct, Eric. You give him a small space, man, he'll gonna make an opportunity out of that.
Siegel's looking for his first goal of the season. Very talented player, as you said, out of Kingston, Jamaica. But again, back to these mid battles right here. So far, so good for the Titans. Trying to center it to Mickey George on the left side. Look at Alexis, almost gets a goal keep out. Nobody there.
Yeah, dangerous play by Manny Pettis playing his goalkeeper, and he never saw Alexis. Watch this through ball right here. Rosary was trying to get the ball all the way to George. Alexis comes out, keeper comes out. Phil Diamijo.
Eddie, you got to be happy for the effort there as number 21 comes in. Jimmy Wanga out of Dublin, Ireland. But you got to like the effort there, number 11. Alexis didn't give up on the play, and it's almost like the goalkeeper couldn't sense that he was in the area.
Well, Alexis is so quick that, he's around the 18. He's going to make some runs. And when people can't stay with you, another corner kick here, another good chance for Eastern Florida. This is when you want to take your time. Make sure you send everybody up front, minus the 2 players in the back, marking Creighton Charlton. The only forward right now from Daytona State.
Now talk about number 21, Jimmy, that comes in. He's got 3 goals on the year. What kind of element does he bring to Eastern Florida as another corner kick, as you said? There's a good shot at Jimmy.
Well, Wanga's got the ability of holding the ball. And yet another corner kick. Siegel Knight trying to get around.
It's nice to have those 2 subs come off the bench. And right there, you plug them back in. And that's a testament to the recruitment to just have guys you keep firing the cylinders.
It is nice. The problem with that is just that that period of adjustment. You want to make sure you can try to adjust in the first 4 or 5 minutes, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer.
Well, the header's cleared over the back of the net, no good. Again, so far, Titans are knocking on the door. They just can't get it open.
Yeah, Myers climbed the ladder.
What about this kick right here from the corner?
Kicked the ball in swinger. Troy Gonzalez, and he's actually looking for Myers, who gets up. Not the most comfortable spot to hit the ball, but nonetheless, he opened up the space, and the fact that they're creating chances, the fact that they're getting some corner kicks, I like that. Daytona State hasn't had a corner kick or a shot probably in the last 20 minutes now.
No, it's been all down on the Titans. Again, trying to get that first goal. No score under 13 minutes of play in the first half. Shatters are coming out in the field. Just an absolutely beautiful evening. Everybody that joined us, hope you guys made it through Hurricane Irma. Hopefully now the recovery and get back to some normalcy. Inbounds play for Daytona State.
What is normal, though? That's the question.
Yeah. Oh, look at a little header right there. Nice effort there for the Falcons.
Great opportunity for Daytona State.
Absolutely.
All by himself. And George left him wide open. That's the best opportunity for Daytona State. You see that push right there. Referee does not call it.
Yeah, they're playing right now. And that draws a whistle. You'd see that was early contact. But let's take a look at this. This is great effort by number 7, Manny Perez.
Yeah, this is great cross right here. Manny all by himself and nobody around him. That's dangerous situation right there for Eastern Florida.
But great effort, though, to completely lay out for the ball, Manny Perez, number 7.
And great job as well by the goalkeeper, Bryce Notardonado, who never panicked. He just stood his ground. The ball just went right at him. Manny Perez not able to make great contact with the ball, or powerful, I should say. And this is not going to count. He's in an offside spot right around the 18.
Yeah, offside's a call to go back to the Titans. Again, Daytona State, these are the ebbs and flows of a match. The Titans have seemed like they've had a lot of shots on goal, a lot of corner kicks. But the fact is then Daytona State just tried to strike there, but to no avail. Eastern Florida back with possession of the ball. Here's Mickey George. He's been doing a nice job tonight. Here right there, see what Mickey's going to do here. Somebody's got to follow him. Danilo right there on the far side. Sets it up, and just too much on the kick. What would you like to see right there on that set?
Jimmy Wanga was leaning back when he went to strike the ball. Just good combination out of the back. You know, the build-up, but you're right. Just once they get to the attacking third, that attention to detail, they're not being as, you know, taking care of the ball, if you will, as they should, right around the 18. It's almost like that touch gets a little bit further and further. They're taking shots on goal, but they're not quality shots, Eric. You want to make sure that before you get to the half here that, you know, you can create, you can put one. It would be great for Eastern Florida to go at halftime, you know, 1-0 leading the game.
Good steal by Mickey. Nice effort right there. Rosary gets knocked down, no call. But the biggest thing is now we're approaching 10 minutes to play here. So now since you have a condensed time frame, does strategy change here within 10 minutes to go in the first half, no score?
No, the game plan's still the same, but that's what I was talking about right there. That ball into space by Knight, there's no need to play that ball. If it's not on, keep it. Play feed, play into your target man's feet, lay it back, create 1-2s, get it behind the defense. There's no need for the long ball right here. And that's why that's when you see some of the passes getting away from you offensively.
Ball's loose. And a good breakup defensively, Eastern Florida. No score. Matchup of two top 10 teams in the country. Falcons try to get back on the offensive side.
It's a bad giveaway right there by Sigel Knight.
And that's a spot right there. You thought the Titans could take it on a little fast break.
Yeah, and those are some of the balls that we were just talking about. You cannot lose those right there at center mid, because now look how much more running you have to do just to get the ball back.
Especially a lot of space on this beautiful field here. Just a great complex. And again, it'll play host to the Women's NJCAA National Championship later on this fall. Jeff Carr's Director of Athletics does a great job here. Ryan Keel and their crew really built up a great program for the athletics.
And now you see Daytona State using the whole entire width, both fullbacks.
Oh, ball comes loose. That's very dangerous right there. Ball's still alive. That's number 18,
Wow.
Joe O'Sullivan, and it counts. Ball comes loose. Again, that was really kind of botched up from the get-go, and making a pay is Craigton Charlton, the very speedster out of Jamaica. And again, making that play was Joe O'Sullivan. Let's take a look what happened here, Eddie. It looks like Notre Donato comes out of the goal, and it just kind of got boggled up.
Yeah, he just didn't quite get a chance to hold on to the ball, you know, and they just could not clear the ball. All of the defenders just watching. Look, there's 5 white jerseys right there. Craigton Charlton gets away with one, puts the ball in the back of the net to make it 1-0 for Daytona State. And the timing of it all is not the best time for Eastern Florida. 8 minutes and a half before the halftime. You know, Danilo just can't get that rhythm.
They got to get him
going forward. They got to give him the ball, though. You wanna give him the ball in good spots on the field, which is right around the 18, with advantage if possible. Right now, every time he gets the ball, he's double marked.
All right, so first goal has been scored by Daytona State, even though the Titans have been the aggressor in this first half. A bit unfortunate for Notre Donato. The goalkeeper for the Titans just couldn't get it bottled up. And the Falcons of Daytona State took advantage of it. A quick strike by Craigton Charlton. 1-0 in favor of the Falcons under 8 minutes to go in the first half. So what's the answer here, Eddie, now for the Titans since Daytona State struck first?
Well, see that ball. That ball's got to be played in the ground. Once again, attention to detail when you're going through the attacking third. You can't just ping the ball. You can't just kick it and see what happens. You got to play the ball with an idea. Either you're playing into space for somebody to run into it, or you're playing somebody's feet. You can just not be so cavalier and just kick it and pretend something good's going to happen without the intention of actually putting the ball on the ground and playing.
Well, especially when you play a top 10 team such as Daytona State. Like you said, details matter. But again, let's look back at this. It was great hustle. Notre Donato tries to go get the ball, but then check this out. A beautiful pass. And watch a switch kick and the shot in the back corner of the goal. And really kind of a pretty play there for Daytona State.
Yeah, and you see how many players from Eastern Florida just kind of glooming around the area, but nobody really steps up or steps in.
Needed a deflection or
to
something.
The player. Yep. Yeah, and you know, Craigton Charlton got a chance in a clear view of the goal. And that's how he was able to put that one away.
And checking in the lineup is number 12, Scott Benoit, the featured player for Daytona State. And a corner kick for Daytona State, too high, over the goal, no good. But again, they strike first, just under 8:20 to go in the first half. 1-0 in favor of the Falcons. Both these teams come in ranked top 10 in the country. Setting the gold standard. A lot of eyes in the sets tonight for the state of Florida. The great brand for Eastern Florida and Daytona State. But now the biggest thing is, how does Eastern Florida State answer back here, trailing for the first time in this match?
Well, and that's the thing. How can you turn around and fix things? To me, simple. You got to keep the ball. You got to keep possession of the ball, and as you go forward, you got to make sure you don't panic in the attacking third. Be a little more methodical. Keep the ball. Make some runs from the outside in.
It looks like the energy's gone a little flat there for the Titans right now. Again, they had a host of corner kicks. This is a time you got to pick yourself back up. A lot of soccer to be played here, but I do like the play so far early for the Titans, though. I like the way that Mickey George, number 6, freshman out of Newark, New Jersey, and obviously I like the wheels of number 11, Alex Alexis. But you got to get into the middle to get into number 16, Danilo. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Live action here on WEFS TV. Beautiful campus of Eastern Florida State College. This is the conference home opener for Eastern Florida. Daytona State tries to become the aggressor here on this set. Cleared out, nice play in the middle there by Owen Torkowski. Again, you got to keep your composure here. And again, both these teams really buy into the fact they have a lot of speed, and especially in space, get outside of containment. This game can go wide open very quickly. Goals can be scored even now. It's been a defense match right now so far. Cleared out toward the center. Daytona State in those blue jerseys. Eastern Florida, the home school tonight. The white jersey or the white shorts. There's a play by Alexis. He needs to win this defensive battle here. And what's the call? Nope, they're going to say it's going to stay with the Falcons, Eddie. Alexis thought he won that one. 50-50 ball. There's Benoit right there. That's their go-to. Good break up in the middle of the field. This is where you got to go on the attack here in the middle. Number 14, Roblat low. Now, where do you like to see right here, Eddie?
Well, this is when they have to be a little more precise as they continue to go
defender.
forward with the ball.
Good break up again by number 4. That's Rory O'Keefe. He's been out in front of that net, really helping his goalkeeper, Phil D'Amico. 3:26 and counting. 1-0 your score, Daytona State. Good crowd on hand here to witness this top 10 showdown, Titan Soccer Complex. Alexis, look at those wheels. See what he can do, a little back kick. Got to center out to Danilo in the middle of the field, number 16. Overshoots it. Centers back out to number 25. That's Reese Myers. What's Reese going to do it for here? Clears on the right wing. It's a great opportunity to try to punch a tick for the Titans. They got some space. Takes a shot, runs out of real estate, but that should warrant a corner kick for the Titans, and it will.
Yeah, great job by Danilo, zigzagging inside the box. He was trying to cross the ball. You can see the 1-2 combination. Great run by Danilo. He was trying to play the ball for Alexis. Right pace, right weighted ball. Another good chance here on a corner kick. Siegel Knight.
Siegel Knight. Low driving kick, misses Reese. Ball comes loose.
It's a great delivery by Siegel Knight right there. He was a sitter, put it on a platter right there, but
Notre Donato with a big boot comes out of the goal. Clears it down with the Titans. But Gennady, there's been some good looks for the Titans, but kudos to the defense for the Falcons to kind of clear it out. There's been some balls that were loose right there, but again, good deflections.
Well, and once again, you have to be more precise when it comes down to.
Oh wow, look at that!
Of course, you see
that
that
was a
pulling
drag
of
down.
the jersey.
Had him by the back of the neck there.
The linesman close enough to make that call.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. Obviously, we got some time left here in the first half, but the second half should be interesting as both teams make their second half adjustments. 1:30 and counting. Shadows becoming longer on the day.
And Daytona State, they're going to be content with just wasting the clock and going deep into the corners. After all, they would love to go.
It's a good play by Notre Donato.
Into the halftime with that 1-0 lead.
Wouldn't be bad as 1 minute to play. There we go. This is the spot right here.
Yeah, he's offsides.
Ah, so close.
Alex
Goes offside.
Alexis.
He had Danilo too, streaking toward the middle.
Yeah, but he kept playing, running in that diagonal
Yeah.
ball when Danilo trapped the ball.
Sometimes.
You have to stay onside. You have to watch the last defender for Daytona State. All he did, step forward, and if you stop in your tracks, automatically that forward is going to be offsides because his momentum is going to take him over.
It's almost like he overran the play with the speed.
Yep, absolutely. And as a defender, he got smart. All he did is just hit the brakes, stop.
Seconds remaining here in the first half. It's been a good one. Top 10 showdown, NJCAA. Live from Titan Soccer Complex, under 9 seconds to play.
Dump it. You got to go forward. You got to go long. That's not going to do it.
And that'll bring us to the first half horn, where it reads 1-0 in favor of Daytona State. We got ourselves a good one. You don't want to go anywhere. We're live from WEFS TV in the site of Melbourne, Florida. Titan Soccer Complex. Second half actions coming up next. Stay right there. Falcons 1, Titans 0.
On Friday, September 22nd, the Eastern Florida State College Foundation will hold its 4th annual Scholarship Golf Tournament fundraiser at the Sun Tree Country Club. Get ready for an afternoon of fun featuring tea parties, door prizes, games, boxed lunches, dinner, beer, and cocktails. For the last 40 years, the foundation has provided essential financial support to EFSC students. In the last 5 years alone, student scholarships have totaled more than $2.5 million, with every dollar benefiting the students they serve. You or your organization can help the foundation raise money this year by signing up as an individual with a team or by becoming a corporate sponsor. Tickets for all levels of participation are available now. Proceeds from the event help provide scholarships for EFSC students. For complete information on how you can help, call the EFSC Foundation at 321-433-7055.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Head down.
Recently, the Eastern Florida women's soccer team met with the media to discuss the 2017 season. Head coach Jeff Carr believes it will be his team's depth that can lead the Titans to their 7th straight conference title.
We got a lot of talent and the most depth we have ever had as a team. And when the preseason started, we had 28 on the roster, which is the biggest roster we've ever had as well. So we're really excited about the potential that this team has as a team. We have a little bit of a physical aspect to it that I don't think we've had in the past. We have a couple, over 6-footers that can, bang with different types of styles of play. I think we're still going to be a possession-oriented team, but I think, again, I can't reiterate enough the depth that we actually have at a lot of different positions.
Strength of the team is teamwork for a big one and fight till the end. I think we just gel as a team and we all count on one another and push everyone. So if someone's having a bad game, just give them that, oh, keep going, and then they've got it.
We work really hard and we don't have like one single good player. We're all everyone's good and we work as a unit. I think that's really well because you can't shut down just one person.
So the motto for this season is 7+1. The idea of that is we want to win the 7th conference title, and when we do that, it'll hopefully lead on to the 1 nationals, but we have to do the 7th before the 1.
I think you just have to take every game, one game at a time. You can't necessarily think okay, we're gonna go to the national championship right away, because it takes that one game in that moment. You can't think of the games in the week after or even later in the week. You just have to take that one game, win that one game, and then you can focus on the next one.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're high energy. We're going to, move the ball over the field. We're going to press, and hopefully we're going to score a lot of goals from different players this year.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Hey fans, welcome back to Titans Soccer Complex, beautiful campus of Eastern Florida State College. The site of tonight's top 10 showdown in the NJCAA. We got ourselves a good one, but Daytona State strikes first 1-0 And it's just been kind of a lot of missed opportunities. Eric Kohler alongside former MLS star Eddie Rodriguez. Eddie, it just seems like right now the storyline for the Titans, missed opportunities. They were the aggressor, but again, they have not been able to punch that ticket, and then Daytona State took advantage of their opportunity. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, no, you're right. And when it comes down to, you got to be able to finish. You got to be able to, as you go forward and create some chances in that attacking third, you have to be more precise. And, of course, when you're defending, it's got to be a little bit tighter. Bryce Notardonado could have hold on to that ball. He kind of fumbled it a little bit, and, of course, that created a chance. Craigton Charlton used, all the advantage he had, and, of course, he was able to put Daytona State up 1-0.
Let's take a look back some of the highlights of the first half. And you can see here, look at this. This was a good save from Notardonado. Look at that. A lot of action in front right there.
Yeah,
a lot of traffic, but he bottles that one up. Great save to go to the ground and save it now. Now, Eddie, we got a lot of opportunities. Talk about this. Missed opportunities on a couple different fronts.
Well, you go the other way. Alexis using that speed. 1-2 service to the far post right here. Looking for, the big gun on top. Danilo, but he just didn't have the right angle. And on this one, check a little play by Alexis, and actually he's one of the defenders, and it almost goes in. Once again, an in-swinger here. Just looking for Danilo in the box.
Just missed opportunities, but look, watch this, how this happens.
That's what I was talking about.
Notardonado, he just can't bottle it up here, but look, they take advantage of it. Great play by O'Sullivan. He kicks it out to Charlton, and Charlton, look at that pretty move in the back corner of the net. And that's how they strike. What do you feel about that?
O'Sullivan is the one that made it happen, but definitely Bryce Notardonado could have done better holding on to the ball, and of course this ball gets played behind. Craigton Charlton takes a step, keeper comes out, puts it away, and just like that, this game gets turned around. Not a lot of shots from Daytona State, but they were able to capitalize on the one good clear chance they had inside the 6.
So now looking back on that goal, obviously Notardonado is a great goal keep for the Titans here in first half action. What do you think maybe his mistake was on that play right there, as he couldn't bottle it up? What could he have done better to be a little cleaner on that play, to not let it get loose?
He just got to hold on to the ball. It could have happened to anyone, but if you're going to come out, you cannot put yourself in no man's land, because now once you're out, you either get the ball, you clear the ball, but you cannot leave the ball. Now you're out of position, and that's the way Craigton came in. By the time that ball gets played negatively, Charlton comes in, takes a touch, split the defenders, and now he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper once again. Puts it away far post, and that pretty much was the only clear chance they had, but that's been the difference in this game.
So put the hat on real quick for Oliver Twelvetree's head coach for the Titans. You were the aggressor the entire first half. Daytona State gets kind of a cheap goal per se. What's your message to the team to come out in the second half to make those adjustments?
No, you just have to be, as you continue to go forward with your chances, you have to be a lot more methodical. You got to take care of the ball in the attacking third. Your touches have to be better, cleaner, more precise, and you cannot afford to give anything defensively in the back.
Now you said something to clean up some of those things, the intangibles. How do you clean that up? You got such a talented team. Some of those missed shots, like you said, some of those cavalier, nonchalant shots on goal. How do you clean that up, Eddie?
Yeah, it's a mental thing. It's about paying attention. It's about staying tactically disciplined, and by that I mean know where you're supposed to be and which side of the ball. What are you doing to get the ball if you don't have it? What are you doing to keep the ball if you do have it? And how, once you're in the attacking third, that last touch, that stretch, that shot on frame, put the ball low, hit the frame rather than put the ball over. Those are the tangibles that you're talking about, and it starts with the mental aspect of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's going to be seeing a lot coming up here. Again, a top 10 showdown. Daytona State is up 1-0 over Eastern Florida State College. Don't go away. This is going to be a great second half. That's Eddie Rodriguez. I'm Eric Kohler. This is WEFS TV. Stay tuned. Second half. That's coming up next.
It's about the process and the depth of the team for Eastern Florida's men's soccer in 2017. Coach Oliver Twelvetrees and some of his team recently met with the media to convey what it will take to get back to a conference title.
The key really is going day by day, trying to have that 1% improvement every day throughout the season, or even throughout the year, you know, and that's what we tried to do in the spring, and I've seen that in the performances so far in the preseason and practices, and I've seen that ability of the boys to really believe in the process and try and improve, do the right things. If they do the right things, we know that we have the talent, the results will come.
And I think from a team aspect, we've got a lot more depth in the squad. Every position's got 2 or 3 great players now who could step in and fill in. I think that's going to be a real big difference come the end of the season after everyone's played long, hard games.
Great players in every position. We got incoming D1 transfers for our back line now, so we have more depth there, more competition. Everyone's going to be better off because of that.
Everybody has their own style, and so I love seeing it. Everybody's hungry, they want to be the best, they want a starting position, so it pushes everybody, every practice, every training session.
With the group, what's impressed me the most is the fact that everyone is from different background, and we've come together to make such a very strong team. You go into preseason, you could see everyone working, you could see everyone talking to each other, everyone getting to know each other very well so that we can make a good team.
So check the website for game dates and times and come out and support your Titans. Admission is free.
We're certainly going to score goals. You know, if you want to watch fast-paced, electric football, then there's only one place to come, and that's the Titan Soccer Complex.
Aviation careers are taking off at Eastern Florida State College's new Aviation Center, with FAA-approved programs for aviation mechanics and technicians. Graduates have great job opportunities with top aviation companies and commercial space companies launching the next generation of human spaceflight at Kennedy Space Center. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Eastern Florida State College has been named among the top institutions of higher education in Florida, earning a prestigious gold rating for its work in helping students succeed. The honor came from the Florida Board of Education in Tallahassee, where officials announced annual performance ratings for the 28 colleges in the Florida college system. This is the first time that Eastern Florida has achieved gold status, and it is one of only 7 colleges to gain the coveted distinction this year. The college earned high-performance grades in the 4 key areas of student retention, percentage graduating, job placement and continuing education, and entry-level wages after graduation. College President Dr. Jim Ritchie said the rankings reflected the college's strong commitment to providing students a great education that can put them on the path to a successful career and better life. He cited a number of areas where the college has strengthened student services that contributed to the gold rating, such as small class sizes and personalized instruction, excellent financial aid, academic and career advisors, the 6th straight year with no tuition increase, and 40 new programs in fields with fast job growth. He also said new bachelor's degree programs at EFSC are filling a critical need, giving students an opportunity to advance their education in careers that did not previously exist in Brevard County. To learn more about the college and its programs, visit easternflorida.edu.
Join the fast-growing and rewarding field of healthcare at Eastern Florida State College's new Health Sciences Institute, where you can earn bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates in a wide range of exciting careers, such as nursing, surgical technology, emergency care, radiography, sonography, and more. Don't delay. Contact Eastern Florida State College today.
Hey fans, welcome back to Titan Soccer Complex. Beautiful scene here. Great crowd on hand. The site and the campus of Eastern Florida State College. We got ourselves a good one, a top 10 showdown between Eastern Florida State College and Daytona State. Daytona State struck first there with just a little over 8 minutes in the first half. They're up 1-0. Eric Kohler alongside Eddie Rodriguez. We got ourselves a good one on WEFS TV. You can see a great crowd here. Great energy, Eddie. And now you can see we're just moments away from second half play. And now they're going to switch. Obviously, Eastern Florida in the white jerseys, Daytona State in the blue. What are we looking for here in the second half to get started for both these squads?
Yeah, no, you're right. Great atmosphere. We knew it was going to be this type of a game, Eric. We knew both teams know each other pretty well. The fact that they played, 4 times last year, they kind of split pretty much as far as the results went. But, just when you thought Eastern Florida was going to come out swinging, Daytona State were able to capitalize in one of their only chances they had. A little bit of a mishap defensively for Eastern Florida.
Push from behind there, and the Titans. That's number 23 called there, Adrisu. So it'll be Daytona State ball. Now this time they'll move right to left here. Beautiful facility here. It has hosted a couple national titles at the NJCAA level. And the Titans really have built something special with soccer, both on the men's and the women's side, under the direction of Dr. Jim Ritchie, president of Eastern Florida State College. Just underway here, second half action. If you're just joining us, Daytona State College struck with over 8 minutes in the first half. Eastern Florida was the aggressor, but had nothing to show for it. Centers it out, and very close there. Notre Donato kind of a subtle way grabs it out of the sky.
Well, that's a dangerous situation for Eastern Florida.
That was close.
And not the fact that they just gave up a cross, but the fact that they're not marking around the 18. Their marking has to improve, has to get better. When you give a good team time and space, it's just a bad decision, bad situation.
They don't like the call.
Yeah,
but Eastern Florida is smart, though. They're doing a play on.
Well, that's a good way to start the count, especially when you have the speed of Alex Alexis here on the breakaway.
Danilo, Eastern Florida has something set up. He's tripped right there. No call, that's a play on.
Yeah, there really wasn't much of a contact.
Eastern Florida player is still down.
Well, he was trying to sell the dive, the penalty kick.
And so no call right there. Shaken up for Eastern Florida's number 10. That's Haim Rosary. Still shaking up, freshman out of Toronto, Canada. He actually was very instrumental in the first half, had a lot of corner kicks to no avail, no points scored, no goals for Eastern Florida to this point. And again, there's a look at the goalkeeper, Phil D'Amico, set to clear it out for Daytona State. Daytona State comes into this game 3-0. Titans 3-1. Their only loss was to the number 1 team in the country, and they're only scored on against as a team goal. A little bit unlucky, but nevertheless, Coach 12 Trees keeps them ranked in the top 10 in the country. Inbounds play for the Titans. Moving right to left, see if they can get some action. They had a lot of opportunities in that first half, just could not cash in. Now let's take a peek at that near missed opportunity for Daytona State College. Eddie?
Yeah, once again, the ball gets played to the outside, the cross. And the fact you're not marking tight enough, of course, goalkeeper draws back, Bryce, nobody around him. But the marking around the 18 has to be a lot better.
At halftime, I saw there was a couple schools in attendance here. They're looking at a lot of these players. There's a lot of talent, Eddie, on this field for both sides of the ball. Again, the sun's going back behind us now. The shadows have finally disappeared, just turned into a beautiful evening. Second half action just underway here. 1-0 in favor of Daytona State College, the visiting Falcons over the Titans. Thanks for dialing us in. We got a great crew here at WEFS TV to set up this big time match. A nice bottle up there by Notre Donato. Good shot of the sophomore out of Merritt Island.
The distribution out of the back for Notre Dame has been pretty decent in the first half, but Eastern Florida is the type of team who likes to control the ball out of the back. It's only at the attacking third where they've been pretty much missing in action tonight, but just building out of the back, they've done a decent job at that. I'd like to see the fullbacks go a little more.
It's a good look. The referee's hand's going to stay with the Titans. Again, they were trying to center out that this time number 14, Oliver Roadblad low. young freshman out of Sweden. That's where a lot of my family has originated, as one of our microphones just takes a hit there by Mickey George. Good throw in there. Tries to get to Roblad low. Nothing doing. It's Mickey George right there again. The defender of Daytona State trying to straddle him by the neck. No call. This is an opportunity. Roblad low with a shot. Oh, a good swinging kick. Had some power. Misses to the right. Eddie. Now that's a good shot on goal.
That's a good shot by Oliver Lowe. But even better is how Eastern Florida has managed to move the ball around. Actually, the shot is not as close.
Whew. That had
From
some
our
heat,
angle
though.
looks pretty close, but the fact that they're able to switch the point of attack, get the ball forward, bring it back, and finally get a shot on goal or near the goal, that's much better by Eastern Florida. And now they're finally got to communicate, go forward, get the ball, play into your number 9. We can see another angle here. This is where you're going to be able to see how close he was. Great ball by George into the box, though. And this is...
That ball had some heat, Eddie. You said you wanted a low driving kick, and you got one. That young man's got a gun kick right there. Oliver Roblad Lowe, freshman out of Vällingby, Sweden. Possesses the ball and gets it off to Mickey George. This time on the far side. This time the Titans need to use that speed. They're on the run, got to stay on sides. Another shot on the outside, tries to center to Danilo, nobody home, but the ball's still live for the Titans. I like this little spark of energy.
It's actually a great cross to the far post by Rosary. Nobody there.
Yeah, nobody home.
That's when you want Danilo to make a run from the outside in, or even Alex Alexis.
Look at the speed here. On the far side, Rosary. And I like the wheels there on number 12, Max Scherer. Freshman out of Germany for Oliver 12 Trees. He had some speed streaking down the middle of the field. But nothing doing just yet. Approaching 38 minutes to play in this half and in this match. 1-0 in favor of Daytona State. He's in the mid-battles right here, like you said, Eddie, the 50-50 ball. Breaks containments, the Falcons. Nice break up by Myers. And they're still fighting for the ball, and they'll give it to the Titans. Live action. I like the way the Titans, when they get the whistle and the call, just play on. Nothing doing arguing about a call. That's how you create fast breaks. On the far side, trying to center it. Rosary. Oh, good play. So close, Eddie. Try to set it up in the center. Little header. Again, trying to keep it down in the zone here. There's a play by Alexis. Can he do something? Little dribble drive. Runs out of real estate, tries to center it, no good. But they're looking for a call there for a handball. Nothing is doing right there. No call. The crowd even reacted.
Alexis tried to serve the ball back in a diagonal.
Wow, that was close.
Not the best angle, but he was looking for Danilo, who's making a run to the near post.
But again, that speed that you talked about with Alex Alexis, right when you think he's going to run out with that baseline, he's able to get the ball. Dangerous situation. Goalkeeper's out. Wide open net. Someone's got to make a play on the ball defensively. Oh, good save so far. Header off the post, no good. Wow. Daytona State had some opportunities there. Very lucky for the Titans. A flurry of activity in front of the goal as Notre Donato. Check this out, Eddie.
Joe Sullivan with a wide open header. Nobody around. Look at this great service right here.
So close. Off the left goal post. That would have been a big goal for the Falcons fans in attendance. But the defense stops them somehow. Here's Danilo. Got to do something here. Got to get number 16 involved. That's why a lot of the coaching staffs from other programs here checking him out for that next stage. Roblad Lowe. Oh, so close. Deflected by the defender for the Falcons. Try to center it, but good defensive play. That deflection was just enough to knock the ball off course. On the far side, fast break option. Daytona State trying to be back in business here. Ball's deflected. in front of the net. Good play defensively for the Titans to clear. They cleared on the near side to Alexis. You can see the activity and energy's kicked up here in the past few minutes. Somehow, some way, the Titans got to break even here. Alexis with that speed, little dribble drive, little back kick. It's got some action, tries to center a deflection almost.
Great job by Alexis, just taking player on inside, outside. Once again, Danilo Dorsey-D'Adamo going near post. And here's what Alexis brings, that speed, the breakaway speed. Near post, great job defensively actually by Troy Gonzalez, near post. That ball was looking for Danilo, who's making good runs. Inside though, the far post is always open. And at some point you're gonna have to switch that to the far post. You know, both players, even the goalkeeper knows that you're trying to go inside.
Flurry of activity though, both sides. You can see the tempo's picked up a little bit. Under 35 minutes to play in this top 10 showdown. Little contact, that will be a call in favor of the Falcons.
Yeah, Sullivan is asking for the card. He's actually is going to get a card. Hakeem Reed, the center back from the Titans. He was actually calling for an offside first. He was raising his hand, and that's just a true one-on-one, absolutely grabbing and holding after that. And not the smartest play when you're down 1-0. And
yeah.
you see, he gets a yellow, the first yellow of the game. Hakeem Reed.
Yeah, that wasn't a good play right there. Almost kind of like just stopped on the play, and almost in the same of American football, you just kind of grab and pull somebody down. And as you said, Eddie, not in a good spot here when you're trailing 1-0. Good opportunity for the Falcons. 34:05 to play to be exact. Live action, WEFS TV. Thanks for joining us. And the whistle and the shot. So close, outside. That was quick on the whistle. And it looks like Notre Donato, the goalkeeper, comes in. He's kind of gimping just a little bit. Let's check this out. This was a quick whistle and a quick play.
That's a quick set here, looking for Gonzalez near post. And
that was close. A back kick for Rory O'Keefe. No good. Remaining 1-0. Trying to center it, nobody home. They keep knocking on the door, Eddie. They got to bust that door open eventually. There's your main man right there. You want to get involved, Danilo Dorsey-D'Adamo.
Those are the type of things that Eastern Florida cannot afford to do. If it's not on, you cannot force it. You might as well play the negative ball, switch your point of attack. Instead, you lose the ball, and you're losing the momentum. You can switch the ball, use the width, get some players in through some outside overlap runs, and get some crosses going forward.
Inbounds throw for the Titans. That's number 5, Owen Torkowski.
Great service by the big man, Torkowski.
Down low.
Definitely a weapon for Eastern Florida with that throw.
Absolutely, but a call goes against the Titans. Falcons on the move. There's a speed, so you got to be careful. He scored the first goal, the only goal in this match, number 29, Craigton Charlton, freshman out of Clarendon, Jamaica.
This is way too early for Eastern Florida to start dumping the ball, especially when you're trying to hit one of your smaller players. It's the case of Rosary.
So what have you seen so far here in this second half as we approach the 32-minute mark here in this match?
Well, Eastern Florida, they need to improve as far as keeping the ball and keeping the ball on the ground. The long ball, it's not their style, it's not the way they play. So you don't want to go away from that. You want to keep the ball, create some chances, use the width.
They got the speed, but right now Daytona State's playing with house money, being up 1-0. And they seem like they've been more aggressive in this second half.
And Joe Sullivan, their number 9 for Daytona State, would love to have that one back. Top of the box, was not able to keep the ball. And he's been one of probably the most active players for this Daytona side.
There on the far side's Rosary. Tries to clear it down. There's the guy they want to get it to again. Cleared. Good defense. We've been calling his name all night. Number 4, Rory O'Keefe. out of Glenmere, Ireland, sophomore for Coach Bart Sassonette at Daytona State. Here in the near side, just a good look there at number 2. Vashiko Dixon, first time we called his name, freshman out of Manchester, United Kingdom. There we go. Alexis has a chance, got some speed, and it's broken up.
See, that's exactly what I was talking about. The 1-2s are going to pay dividends for Eastern Florida. Danilo playing the ball to Alexis around the 18. Oh,
No
the referee
call.
says no contact.
Wow, roadblock low. Number 14, he's been very active for the Titans. Again, he's got the ball. The possession kicks it on the right side. There's Alexis, nice little pass in addition to the right wing.
That's that overlap run I was talking about. You got to hit the ball once you get to the end line.
Got to get the spacing right here. Alexis goes high, nobody home, good header clear right there defensively for the Falcons.
Quality of the service, driven ball against a ball that you get under. If you get under the ball and the ball is just floating, not a good advantage for the forward. You want to drive it, make sure it has a purpose, and a lot easier to make contact going either near post or far post for a forward.
Like you said, he's got to be quick off the foot. Here we go, an opportunity here. The goal's out. Wide open goal, Titans count it. Just like that. Look who it is. Number 16, Danilo Orsi-Dadamo. How about that? Eddie, right when you think they're kind of not crisp, they're not efficient so far around the goal, sure enough, they make an opportunity. Count it, one apiece.
Great ball into the space. Once again behind the defense for Rosary. Keeper comes out, great save. Danilo Orsi-Dadamo doing the rest. Phil D'Amico could have held on to that ball. So he came out and tried to close that angle, close the gap. And that's the difference from Eastern Florida. When they're able to keep the ball, spring players forward, that's what happens. Great driven ball into and behind the whole entire Daytona State defense. Just one ball. And of course, James Rosary did the rest, took a shot on goal.
Well, and I tell you with that play, great play by Chaim Rosary to bottle up and get 2 defenders to fold down onto him. And it was actually a deflection, as you said, off Phil D'Amico. It almost seemed it worked as an assist for Danilo to knock it in for the Titans. Grudge matches got more interesting now, one apiece. Like I said, we promised you a great match. You got one right here on WEFS TV. Under 30 minutes to play, Eric Kohler alongside Eddie Rodriguez field side. Titan Soccer Complex. Danilo Orsi-Dadamo gets his 9th goal of the season. We're all tied at one apiece.
Just because it's about to get chippy more so than it has been, you got to be able to keep the ball. Eastern Florida's got to start using the outside, the width. And now you don't have to go forward every time. You're not chasing the score anymore.
Push in the back, no call. They're letting them play. Very physical again. The players have to make an adjustment there, Eddie. With all your expertise of being a former player, if you see that they're not calling it, you got to get up and play on. Cleared out by D'Amico, but you can see right now that little spark by the Titans getting that first goal. The energy has really changed in favor of the Titans.
This is when you want to step on the ball and just freeze the play, get control of the ball as tempers are high and everybody's running at a high tempo. Just slow it down. Switch the point of attack, keep the ball, change the complexity of the game, let them run. But by keeping the ball, you're going to make them chased. Nobody likes to chase the ball, especially in the last 20 minutes of the game when the legs are heavy. If you keep the ball, use the width, let him chase you, and then you're going to open up that gap behind the defense, which is how Rosary and Danilo got free. They were able to capitalize and equalize the game.
And it's kind of funny that the real story of the match is both goals have been scored by the fact Alexis here on the right side. See what he tries to set up. He's got to do that quick touch, little dribble drive. He's got some special feet there. Again, broken up, like you said earlier, though. You really, when you get the ball there down low, you got to get it off your foot more quickly to try to make some opportunities arise. Here we go. Roadblad low, a shot by Danilo! Now, you had a great career at the professional level. We're talking about a young man. Danilo just scored his 9th goal of the season. He was frustrated in the first part. How is that a boost of adrenaline to you if you're a scorer and a striker?
Well, just a great turn right here. He finds the ball top of the 18. You can tell the way he strikes the ball just dip right at the end. He just got to make sure that he gets the ball in the first half. Eastern Florida was not able to find him. When you have a special player like that, you got to give him the ball. You got to give him the ball with the advantage as well. A 50-50 ball, a divided ball amongst him and another defender is not going to help him.
Start to pick up the chatter with their microphones there.
Well, this is when the referee crew needs to get a hold of this game.
Yeah, they've let him play to this point in the second half, but the fact of the matter is if you let him play, those pushes become more shoves and a little elbows come out. You never know what you're going to see.
Well, once again, this is when you want to change the tempo of the game, settle down, keep the ball. And I keep saying that because it is imperative that you as a team can keep the ball, use the width, make them chase, make them run. They'll eventually will run out of juice, and you can exploit that gap in the back. As it is right now, Eric, you can tell there's a big lake in the middle now.
Yeah,
there's a
absolutely.
big hole in the middle. So
Great
whoever
observation.
can control the ball, whoever can go side to side and then attack the space behind, is going to find themselves with a chance right before this game ends in the second half.
Well, fans, we promised you a great showdown, a top 10, no less, and it's lived up to its billing, one apiece. And it seems like both goals that scored by both teams, Daytona State and Eastern Florida State College, seemed to be like a little bit of a mishap when the goalkeeper came out of the goal and both teams took advantage of the opportunities. That's where we sit at one apiece, approaching 25 minutes and counting here in the second half.
Great ball by Danilo using the width. And once again, you can tell all the way out right. Dixon.
Tristan on the far side gets tripped up. And no call. Shaking up player there for the Titans. Gets to his feet, he's okay.
Abdul Ganillo goes down between him and Dixon. They're working on the right side.
Shaking up on the play there was Vashiko Dixon. And now we got a player down for the Falcons, laid out on his back. Now the Falcons try to attack. One apiece here, under 25 minutes to play. Try to center the far post. And Notre Donato, very dangerous to come out. There is contact in the front of the net. The ball's knocked out and cleared defensively for the Titans. Here we go. Here comes the speedster, Alexis. Danilo kicked out, nothing doing. And again, we got a player on the near side that's down. We got number 29, Creighton Charlton, that scored the only goal for Daytona State, is still down. And let's see this goal here again.
Oh, dangerous. Bryce Notre Donato misses
out.
the ball. Doesn't quite get enough. And that was Marco Tomic looking to the far post. There's Creighton Charlton. He's actually the one who scored the goal for Daytona State. He's been pretty active, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's cramping.
Looks like he's holding up toward the energy toward his left leg. We'll see how that goes. That's Creighton Charlton. As Eddie said, he scored with under 8:20 to go on the first half. Talented player there. Actually tended to his right ankle. Talented player out of Clarendon, Jamaica. But again, those two goals, though, Eddie, it seemed like when the goalkeepers came out, Charlton's up, that both teams took advantage of the opportunity.
Hurt. He's tired. He's trying to buy a few minutes here. This is another way for you to cool the game a little bit.
Yep. It seems like it looked like coming out. It seemed like in the second half, the energy was in favor of Daytona State College having that 1-0 lead. And all of a sudden, right when you think that you just could not get that goal, you could sense the frustration for Eastern Florida, and that door opened a little bit, and they jammed it in. And who else but number 16 to make it count one apiece?
Well, it was just a matter of keep working on the basics of the game, which is possession and using the width and creating chances without, going at a different style, which is playing the long ball, diagonal ball, into your forwards, which is not Eastern Florida's way. It's not their styles. They don't have the personnel to do that. They don't have, three forwards at 6'4", 6'5", who can just dominate in the air. So why would you want to just thump the ball in the air? You want to keep the ball low. You have great players with great technical ability. Of course, in the case of Rosary, Alexis, and of course Oliver Lowe, who's been on, and who else but Danilo Orsi-Dadamo, their great striker, who's going to be looking to make it 10th his personal account in the last 24 minutes of this match.
Here we go, corner kick, resumption of play. Quick shot there, try to be centered at number 25, Reese Myers, no avail. But again, earlier you could see our camera crew was a good frame shot by both head coaches. Head coach of Daytona State, Bart Sassnet, and obviously the head coach of your hometown Titans, Oliver 12trees. You can see that they are dialed in. They know that this is an edgy game, a grudge match. They want to win this match as this is a top 10. And again, the ebbs and flows of any team sport you can see is going on right here at Titan Soccer Complex. Setting it up, clearing it out, is Phil D'Amico, goalkeeper for the Falcons, sophomore nearby Orlando, Florida. These are the 50-50 balls you want to see won. But again, kind of a late whistle there. They let that play earlier in the second half, and all of a sudden you're getting the whistles. What's the change of concept here for the referees? Ball's missed out right there. Nobody home there.
Bad giveaway right there.
Drissu, you can't do that. That turns the ball over. And nothing, luckily, no mistake out of that turnover.
See, once again, forcing the ball going forward. Oliver Lowe. Once again, if it's not on, there's no need for them to go forward.
You got to be careful there. Number 12 in the blue jersey, that's Scott Benoit. They're very talented featured player, Eddie.
Well, this is
featured in the Open, freshman out of Orlando, Florida as well.
This is a great time for Oliver 12tree to make a couple of subs and get some fresh legs, get some cool players, at least mentally, to step in and contribute. Eastern Florida with a deep roster.
Strong inbound throw, but a nice header there by the Titans to clear. And again, good size there, number 12, Max Scherer out of Ingolstadt, Germany, a freshman. Another talented player for Coach 12trees. Approaching 22 minutes to play, one apiece. Match up at two top 10 teams. And a lot of eyes on the set tonight as there is a lot of talent on this field that's going on to play the next level. A whistle's called and it'll go in favor of the Titans. It's been back and forth we go. One of these games you can see is on edge, and anytime that you know your foe, you know their personnel, their tendencies, this is what it comes down to being, is a big chess match on the pitch.
Dixon with time and space out of the back.
Good dribble drive to center it out. Again, trying to get involved is number 14, Oliver Rodblad Lowe, the Swedish player. Has his name dialed up here quite a bit here in the second half.
Owen Tarkowski playing the wrong ball into the space. That's not their game, and try to hit that diagonal ball in the corner.
Popped in the air by Dixon, goes out of bounds on the near side. And that ball will go in favor of the Falcons. One apiece, 20 minutes and counting. There's a good shot of the speedster, number 11, Alex Alexis, and the throw in by number 24, Trevor Galikowski. Freshman out of West Palm Beach for the Falcons at Daytona State. And really a good crowd here has shown up here for a Wednesday match. Was knocked out of bounds. So now how do you feel now? If you're Coach 12trees, you get that first goal, you evened up, Eddie. What are you looking to do right here? What do you want to button up? What do you want to clean up here if you're
looking to win the game?
Titans?
You're playing at home and you still have plenty of time. There's still 20 on the clock. I don't think he's going to be extremely happy with the way Eastern Florida has been playing in this game. That play good soccer. I don't think he's going to be happy with the way they gave up that goal early in this game, I should say. They played a lot better since, and of course they were able to come back and capitalize in their chance. But you know, they're a much better team that they've shown today, especially as they transition going forward. I think they're switching a bit of two styles, going direct, and also they come back and keep the ball. And you know, they're not their usual building out of the back all the time today.
Well, they're maybe not as clean as so much, but the fact is you're playing a very talented team in Daytona State College, and the ball's cleared off again. You can see the speed and athleticism of the players, and most notably number 11, Alex Alexis. I mean, you just come back from Rochelle, New York, and play the number 1 team in the country. Kind of a heartbreak loss of a team goal. You lose 1-0, and then you have another match that was canceled. And then you had another game that was postponed, and sure enough, there you go after Hurricane Irma. You're playing a top 10 team in Daytona State College.
Yeah, but even though you're playing against a good team, it doesn't necessarily mean that you would have to change your style.
Sure.
Especially when you're more effective playing your way. I do give credit to Daytona State and their deep roster and their great coaches and coaching staff. However, you got to stick to your system because as you go into the season, as you know, Eric, you got to be able to not necessarily dominate,
right,
but definitely enforce your style of play. Whether you're going to win or lose, you got to stick to your system, and as you go further into the tournament, become more comfortable with it, if you will.
A lot of tussle, a lot of physical contact right there was in favor. Going up high to retrieve this Notre Donato, the goalkeeper for the Titans, and they cleared out quickly. A little fast break option. There's the speedster Alexis. See if he can still action. He's got to stay on sides here. Tries to center out, nobody home. Again, another clear by number 4, Rory O'Keefe, has seemed to be a juggernaut defensively for
Perfect
the
example
Falcons.
right there. It all starts with a goalkeeper out of the back, Bryce Notre Dame, and Alex Alexis goes the entire length of the field, gets here, but watch this. This cross has to be a lot better. You just ran 60, 70 yards. That cross behind the defense will become a great cross and another good chance for Eastern Florida. Instead, you hit the defender, goes for a corner kick. Those are the little things, especially in the attacking third, that as a team, and I know Oliver 12-3 would like to get better.
Heim Roser with a corner kick. Centers out, and no good there. That's a header, Reese Myers, freshman out of England.
It's the second time that Rosary has been hitting those, actually third. Left-footed in-swingers, too short though, and Myers is there. However, there's 6 players from Eastern Florida in the far post, including their goal scorer, Danilo Orsi-D'Adamo. You want to drive the ball, you want to give your team a chance. A driven ball to the far post, anything can happen.
So a driven ball, you want a little higher clear over there instead of that short shot right there.
Penalty spot.
Ran out of space.
Right around the penalty spot, you drive that ball, and the percentages, you know, you have 4, 5, 6 different players from your team as opposed to trying to go near, and Myers, who's the center back, you know, make contact with the ball.
Jimmy Wonga back in the lineup. Breakaway for the Falcons. They got some business. Notre Donado's got to come out of the goal. Very lucky. Ball goes high and away, and that was a great chance. And there's the featured player, number 12, Scott Benoit. Wow, that was dangerous, Eddie.
Bad giveaway by Max Schroeder right here. He loses the ball. Number 12, Scott Bennett goes in. This, you know, super sub who just came in, checked in. He could have been the hero for Daytona State. We talked about him in the intros. He's got the ability to put games away when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, like you said, Scott Benoit is a local product, Orlando, Florida, played in Haggerty High School. And a coach says that he comes off the bench as a purpose. He's kind of their spark plug, and as you called it, Eddie, kind of the super sub. As you can see, a player's down for Eastern Florida. That's number 25, Reese Myers, freshman out of England.
I'll tell you what, it does not get any better than that for Benoit to come off the bench. As soon as he touches the ball, he goes on a breakaway. Bryce Notardano didn't even come out to close that angle. As we see Reese Myers down once again.
Yep, checking on that left ankle, I should say. But Benoit, you can see why he's the explosive player for Daytona State. Luckily, the ball kind of kicked high on his foot, and we'll take a look on what happened here.
Yeah, watch. Scott steals the ball right here. Plenty of time, plenty of space. Look at that. He took that great touch right there. And actually, give credit to Myers, who got a piece of that. I don't think he went as clear. Reese Myers, he might have pulled something as he's stepping off, and now we have Hakeem Reed.
Yeah, Hakeem Reed will come in there. You saw a shot of Coach Oliver 12-trees, number 3, Hakeem Reed, sophomore at Jacksonville, Florida, will take the place of Reese Myers. You can see he went there to defend that against Benoit and maybe rolled up on his ankle. So he'll come out and back to continued resumption of play. 16 minutes to play. Highly contested top 10 matchup between Daytona State And the featured home team, the Titans of Eastern Florida State College, 1 apiece. Got ourselves a good one. Thanks for joining us, WEFS TV. Eddie Rodriguez alongside Eric Kohler. Who's going to take this game? Who's going to win this match? All eyes of Florida and the nation are watching this game, as this is a prelude of some of the top 10 teams in the country in all of Division I of NJCAA.
Yeah, Davison Mara did not like that call. Torkowski, this is when you want to build out of the back. If you're Eastern Florida, fullback should be on the touchline. Both of them, opposite sides. See, Dixon should create an angle here.
2 athletic ball clubs doing battle here under the lights, Titans Soccer Complex on a Wednesday night. 15 minutes to play. This is when all those little tangibles come into play, those 50-50 balls, as Eddie always talks about. These little battles, those are the ones that win the main battle.
So this is how Eastern Florida can win the game. You see Alex Alexis right there in the middle of your screen, number 11. I'd like to see him all the way to the touchline here, creating some width, not pinched in the way he is. If he can come out to the outside, and as soon as Eastern Florida can get the ball, play the ball out wide, isolate him one-on-one with a left fullback from Daytona State, you know he's going to take him on. Here's the play right here. The ball should have been out wide to Alex Alexis. Danilo making an effort. So rather than go forward in a straight on, come to the outside, let him have the ball, let him go at players, dissect him one-on-one on the outside. He's going to get behind, get some numbers forward, and Danilo will convert the 2-1.
Well, I like you call the 2-1 right there, because Alexis has got that foot speed to break defensive containment. Love to see that here to get that second goal.
But once again, it's about creating chances and giving your team a chance. As opposed to just sending the ball forward, kicking the ball up in the air, and see what happens.
Under 14 minutes to play here. 1 apiece.
Once again, Max Schroeder losing the ball for the second time. And I know it's difficult coming off the bench. You got to get used to the tempo, but within that, you cannot lose the ball out of the back. Make the easy 5-10-yard passes. Get your confidence back on, but do not continue to lose the ball, especially in the middle, especially in transition, as we see Troy Gonzalez coming back. He's pretty solid in that defensive center mid spot.
Yeah, Gonzalez, a freshman out of Corpus Christi, Texas, trots onto the field, gets some play time here in a big-time matchup.
He's what we call the cleaner right there in the defensive center mid spot. He cleans the whole area. He's actually pretty good on the ball as far as distribution, getting out of the back and distribute the ball out wide.
There's a good player for Daytona State that's done a great job outside the goal, number 4, Rory O'Keefe. And the Falcons kick it down, and it's cleaned out by D'Amico. 1 apiece. This is when you can feel like these two opponents that know each other very, very well over the course of the last year or so. Played each other 4 times last year, and now they've established themselves again as top 10 programs.
Well, and this is when you get to learn tendencies and both teams, as far as the way they like to go forward, the way they like to attack, and of course weaknesses as well, especially out of the back. Right foot, left foot, speed, no speed. And of course, the number 1 around this time, how fit is your team and how fit are your players individually?
Little breakaway option here for the Titans. There's the man, number 16. Can he get a shot on goal? Beautiful plays, knocked down, no call. And the Titans fans are just absolutely livid. But again, Danilo seemed like he had an opportunity. It looks like he lost his feet.
Yeah, not enough of a contact. It was a 1-2 right around the AT. Alexis gets hit in the face, actually, as he was, they were trying to clear the ball. 1-2 on top of the box. Danilo goes inside, goes outside with his right foot. Absolutely no contact for a penalty kick there. Great job by the defender, Almir Kurtanovic, in the back for Daytona State. This is right around the time where you're going to see players go down due to cramps. As the goalkeeper is asking for his
substitution. Yep. It almost looked on that replay, if we can get the truck to go back to that play for Danilo, it almost looked like he got it caught, he fell down. He had Jimmy Wonga on the left side.
Well, the problem is that
release.
he used the wrong part to cut the ball with his left. He does right when he cuts the ball to the inside with his right foot. When he cuts the ball to the outside, watch how he uses his right foot, and it should have been his left. Right here. Cut to the inside, should have been his left foot to cut to the outside. Instead, he uses the outside of his right foot, and he loses the footing right there. There is contact, just not enough for a penalty.
You say not enough for a penalty, though.
Absolutely not.
You agree with the no call?
Yes. There's never contact. There's never the intention of hitting Danilo, and he just lost his footing because he used the wrong leg to cut the ball to the inside.
Well, you hope the player that's down there for Daytona State, they're checking around the kneecap area. Hope he's okay. I think that's the young man. There's Oliver 12 Trees and his assistant. And you can see he's dialed into the game. I mean, he loves what he does. He is so passionate about his head coaching position and so proud of this team for the Titans. And again, that's a young player that's done very well defensively for the Falcons. Never like to see anybody shaken up, but he's up on his own feet. That's number 4, Rory O'Keefe.
Yeah, that's the captain O'Keefe, and it doesn't look good. As soon as he got up and put weight on that on the left leg, you can tell he was very gingerly the way he's walking off the field. Hopefully he can just walk it off.
And that's a big loss defensively now for head coach Bart Sassnet, because we've called O'Keefe's name quite a bit this evening, and especially in the first half when, obviously Eastern Florida had a lot of opportunities down in front of the goal. We're unable to cash in.
Well, it's just what he brings to the table as far as organization was. He plays in a spot on the field where being a captain, being a leader counts for a lot. He's always directing traffic, directing people where to go, when to stay, when to step up. So losing that, especially to a player who just came off the bench fresh,
right?
It's difficult to get into the game. It takes you anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get into the rhythm and the tempo of the game. So whoever comes in, they got to hit the ground running.
That's a great point, too, because the speed and tempo of this game, two highly talented teams, and to get into that tempo of the game, it's hard just to come off the bench cold. Resumption of play, approaching 11 minutes to play, one apiece. We got ourselves a good one. And again, both players kind of tangled up, no call. Again, that's the catalyst so far tonight. Chaim Rosary has been very involved for the Titans.
That's a great idea by Danilo, trying to play Rosary into space. Hit the ball with the outside of his right foot. Not quite long enough, but that's the way to spring him forward, though, behind the whole entire Daytona State defense.
Okay, here we go. Inbounds play, inbound throw. Little bunny hop action. Ball comes loose, a little bit of a header. Ah, so close. Phil D'Amico, the goalkeeper, sophomore, comes out to gobble it up. That could have been a cheap goal there for the Titans. And again, another player down for the Falcons. This time one of the players is holding his head.
Hakeem Reed, and the referee is telling the trainers to hurry up and
so back-to-back
get there.
Injuries for the Falcons. Again, a big loss, and not you can see much to the chagrin of head coach Bart Sassnet.
See a different angle here of the captain, number 3. Long throw here.
Not on the short end. Oh, right there.
There's contact between the two players.
Right there. That was Dylan Burke that was shaken up. He's okay. A little Tylenol, he'll be okay. Sophomore out of Cork, Ireland. That's a good shot at Dylan. No padding upstairs, though, Eddie, when you take a shot to the head.
Absolutely not, and that's one of the things that, nowadays with the concussion protocol, you have to be careful, especially if there's direct contact, head-to-head contact.
Another player is down now for Eastern Florida that he was banged up, so Dylan Burke is up. And the far side, we'll have to check that. That's number 3 also, but this time it's number 3. That's Hakeem Reed that we'll check out. So both number 3s were banged up on that play. We're all set to play 10-16 and counting, one apiece. Two top 10 teams, Daytona State and Eastern Florida State College. Eddie Rodriguez, Eric Kohler, field side, Titan Soccer Complex. And our great crew at WEFS TV. Here we go. There's the speedster. Alexis, what can he do? Off the foot. Again, too much dribbling, too much action, Eddie. Got to get that ball off the foot.
You got to get across when they know you're going to dribble, and they've pretty much got your number. Once again, that ball right there has got to be crossed. There, you don't have to beat that player anymore.
Yeah.
the end line. There's 3-4 players making a run. You got to cross that ball. That's tactical discipline right there.
You can see with the body language, Joe, that he knew it too.
Well, are you playing for yourself or are you playing for your team?
Yeah,
are you trying to
point.
score or are you trying to look good?
Yeah, that's a good point. A little too much action. Under 10 minutes to play, 9:21 and counting to be exact. One apiece. There's Alexis, tries to kick it down the corner. Can he get to it? That's number 23, Idrisu. Runs out of real estate. Falcons ball.
Jimmy Wanda in the corner, just came off the bench. Another player with great physical abilities.
That ball goes out of bounds on the near side.
So this is when Alexis needs to be a little bit smarter with his speed. He could play it a little bit of a better ball for Jimmy Wanda in the corner and then make that run into the middle for him to get the ball back. So we see Oliver Lowe coming back.
Yeah, good player. He's had a good game tonight. Young player out of Sweden. Again, he's a good complement to Danilo in the middle of the field. So who can get out of this before going into overtime action? One apiece. Tit for tat on that play. See, right now it's become kind of a chess match here. Who can break edge here? Get in by and throw there by number 3. Dylan Burke was shaken up earlier. He's okay. Titans try to clear it out. Kind of a miffed kick. The good thing Roadblad Lowe was there to clear it out. There's a young man we called earlier was Mickey George. Haven't heard from him much in the second half. And kicking on the far side. Here we go. Got to beat your defender on the far side. Has some energy. That should stay with the Titans. And it does.
Yeah, but see now Eastern Florida forcing the play. Jimmy Wanda once again trying to turn and force the turn. If it's not on, you can just play the negative ball and then switch it. You're becoming one-dimensional, and Daytona State knows what you're doing. Same thing with Alexis on the other side. They know you're going to dribble, and therefore they're going to stand you up.
Shot on goal, but it was bottled up by D'Amico. But again, kind of got a collective gasp out of the crowd. They're a little ooh and ah. But nothing doing. We stay at one apiece, approaching 7 minutes to play. Again, if we were to go into overtime, we play 2 10-minute halves, and then we play for the golden goal. We got a lot of soccer to be played, though, in the second half. Dangerous play. D'Amico comes out. A lot of real estate to clear that out.
That's a great idea, though, playing the ball behind for Rosary. That's the ball you want to play behind the whole entire defense, force a keeper to come out, and if it's a properly weighted ball, then Rosary's going to have a chance to get to that ball, or even Wanga on the other side.
Notre Donato kicks it out for the Titans, kind of out of the field of play, so it stays with the Falcons. Good hustle there by number 19. That's Miguel De Leon, a freshman out of Daytona, Florida. Look at the wheels on some of the players. I'll tell you what, that was Rosary that time. He's got some speed, number 10 for the Titans. There's Danilo. Kicks on the far side. That's Mickey George. Got to get that ball off the foot, Eddie. Nothing.
See all that dancing in the corner? Useless right there. Just cross the ball. You're there.
Yep.
4 of your teammates in the box.
Doesn't do any good by sticking on your foot right there. You got people that are converging down on the goal. You got to distribute. Great opportunity, too. This time's starting to tick down here in the second half. Corner kick there. That's number 4, Troy Gonzalez. And again, that's a kick you just do not like. You got to go to the far post with some air.
There's trouble right here. Breakaway.
Oh, Benoit. Oh, what a great play. Comes back up. No, number 12. Scott Benoit breaks containment, gets down the field. Daytona State's fans that are in attendance, they're making some noise, and they erupt on the far side, coming off their bench. And
it's
again, you thought it was broken up by Vashiko Dixon. Check this out, Eddie.
Rector Charlton with gets a great ball into space right here. Keeper comes out. Great tackle from behind by Dixon. Creighton Charlton gets up and buries it for the 2-1.
You can see 12 Trees, head coach of the Titans, not happy at all, but you can see why that young man.
Well, absolutely not, because you're defending. You never defend with one in the back. You always want to have a +1, one in front, one behind. That was a 1-on-1 situation. Eastern Florida went from going at the attack and a corner kick. Before you know it, the ball gets played.
Yeah.
And how are you 1-on-1 in the back? Especially when you're marking somebody with great speed like Creighton Charlton. 1-on-1 in the back. He gets behind you, he eats your lunch, and he just pretty much took the game away from you with 5 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah.
So now if you're Eastern Florida and Oliver Tweltry, you got to go. You got to go with 3 forwards.
There we go, Danilo. Goalkeeper comes out, no call. And again, the goalkeeper's out and a little bump right there.
No, that's a dive.
Yeah, it's just kind of a, they're going to get that call all day long. That'll be a yellow card there on number 14. The Titans, Oliver Roadblood Low. Didn't need to do that.
Absolutely not. Now you're shaving time off the clock, and you got to get off the field, and it's just not smart. As you saw Danilo going in, great ball. Danilo just misreads the bounce right there. The goalkeeper, Phil Amico, and that shove right there, it's not necessary. There's no need for that.
To Roadblad Low's credit, though, and the fact of the matter is he was still moving. The goalkeeper, D'Amico, just kind of stood up straight and then kind of play acted, fell down. You know that they're going to get the card because it looked like a big hit, but nevertheless, you can see why number 12, Scott Benoit, scores his 5th goal of the season. More importantly, gets them to a 2-1 lead here, approaching 4:30 to play here in the second half. Alexis, can he do something? This time he's got to get it centered. He does. Nobody's home. Ball's still alive for the Titans. Rosary, what can he do with it? He's got to get it back toward the center. Does, and it's cleared out.
Now, once again, taking too long to cross the ball. That ball has to be crossed early. Alexis, that ball needs to go near post. Once you get to the end line, you take a quick look, pick up your head, and pick the target. That's how you cross the ball.
Yeah, right here you can see there was opportunities here.
You ever see how long it took to cross the ball? There's no angle there.
Yeah, and he ran out of real estate.
Daytona State clear the ball, but when you get to the end line like Alexis has done time and time again tonight, the last little touch, you pick up your head and you pick a target. Either you go near post, you go far post, you go on the ground, or you go in the air to the far post.
Yeah, Coach 12 Trees was very adamant. He didn't like that call. He felt like it should have stayed with the Titans. Doesn't get the call, and it's a long throw-in for the Falcons. And let's see if the Titans can get some energy going here. Time's not on their side, under 4 minutes to go here. 2-1 now in favor of Daytona State. Highly contested matchup, a grudge match between these two teams that know each other very, very well. But again, the featured player, Scott Benoit, gets that second goal. Alexis tries to center it, nobody home again.
Well, once again, that cross is not going to where it's supposed to be. You have a player near post and a player far post. You got to pick up your head and find a target.
And it seems like that's consecutive plays there, Eddie, that they would learn from the fact of making that cross and trying to center out that nobody was home. You feel like someone would come into the trail position to maybe get a good, effective shot on goal. It's a good look at number 10. Jaime Rosary, the freshman out of Toronto, Canada. He's had a good game tonight. But right now, the Titans are in a trail position, 2-1 to Daytona State. Substitution is number 30 coming to the lineup. Giovanni Abreu, freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida. Under 3 minutes to play. Eric Kohler alongside Eddie Rodriguez. Time is not on the side of the Titans.
You got to put pressure on the ball and win it.
Got to win every ball here. Here we go, good dribble drive here. Here's Alexis. Alexis got to do something here. He's had some opportunities, but he just has not passed the ball while down in those scoring positions. Nice little header, Danilo. Oh, I thought he might have had a chance with that deflection. It's a no-go. And a good takeaway by Daytona State. Thought the Titans had an opportunity there, Eddie. Was kind of a header deflection, and Danilo just could not capture it in time to get a leg on it to get a shot on goal. Approaching 2 minutes. Again, kind of a wasted opportunity. Falcons ball.
Once again, this is what I was talking about. As soon as Alexis gets down, he's got to pick up his head right now and pick a target. He crosses the ball to no one when Danilo is making a run near post, and you have far post players as well. It's a quick look. You look up, and you just drive the ball to wherever your target is.
Yeah, another one, that last look on the replay. Good job by the truck. He had number 9. If it wasn't such a deep shot, he actually had Siegel Knight that was perfectly centered, but the shot was so far over his head there was no look on goal. This is a tense moment here for the hometown Titans here. Time is ticking away, 1:20 and counting, 2-1 in favor of Daytona State.
Torkowski, the weapon, long throw. This is when you want to go with 3 forwards.
Again, this is a tough situation. Time is ticking away. Reese Myers gets the ball. Where are they going to call it? It's going to stay with the Falcons, under a minute to play.
You tell Daytona State they're going to take their time. They're going to rotate players to try to come and get the ball and then throw it, as the referee is asking to stop the clock because they're definitely milking it.
Oh, that was a total slow play by the Falcons. Again, the gamemanship between two teams and two rival foes that know each other very, very well. Again, this is not going to be the last dance these two teams tangle this year. Call goes in favor of the Titans, though. 26 seconds and counting. Again, the referee instills the fact to stop the clock. There's a lot of jibber jab going back and forth. A little tussling between these two. There's a little gamemanship again.
Well, this is when the referee has to take control of this game, and you cannot let this escalate, because before you know it, you will have a full-on brawl. We've seen.
That's a good call. He gets Creighton Charlton and Haim Rosary to kind of shake hands real quickly. On we go.
You can tell the shape of the whole Daytona State team. Every single one of their players, except for Creighton Charlton,
under 20 seconds to play.
Inside their 40-yard line, just looking to play some defense the last 12 seconds of this game.
Ball's kicked out of bounds. Clock continues to go, 4 seconds and counting. Can they get a goal here? Something, Alexis. And that is it. That's the final buzzer. Daytona State comes to town in a battle of top 10 teams and knocks off the host, the Titans, 2-1. It was a great match, but I tell you what, these two teams will face off again. We're going to take a short break, come back and wrap things up. 2-1 your final, Daytona State. Stick around. This is WEFS TV.
I'm attending Eastern Florida State College, and I'm enrolled in the aviation maintenance program. We do a lot of hands-on here. What you learn in class is probably like 25% of what you actually learn. You don't just talk about it, you're actually doing the work and breaking it down, and the instructors here really know how to get to what we really should be learning and what's actually in the field. I'd like to stay in this area and do general aviation for a little while and then eventually move into the airlines.
Create the career of your dreams with a degree from Eastern Florida State College. Earn a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, or college certificate in growing job fields like healthcare, business, and computer technology. On campus or online, you can find inspiration and success. Anything's possible where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Hey fans, welcome back to Titans Soccer Complex, a site, a big game between top 10 teams in the country. Tough loss for the hometown Titans. We're with head coach Oliver Twelvetrees. Coach, I know that it's hard to lose these type of games. What are your thoughts? I know it's fresh in your mind. That's a tough one tonight, my man.
Yeah, we started really poorly in the first half, and we really got made to pay for it in the end. I thought we came out with a lot of energy in the second half and made some adjustments, and we just really struggled to produce in the final third, to be honest. We had a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities, a lot of possession in good areas, but all credit to them. They defended really well and got a lot of blocks on the ball and defended that last cross, that last shot really, really well. So credit to them. We'll bounce back. We'll put in a better performance next time from the first whistle, and that's all you can do.
Coach, as you mentioned, you struggle a little bit in the attacking third, which is very uncommon on your team. It seemed that in that second goal you give up, you're 1-on-1 defensively. Was that the case? It didn't seem.
Yeah, our centre midfielder got sucked in. It should have been two. It should have been the centre mid and the right back marking the lone forward on the corner, and the centre mid stepped to the ball instead of staying with a man, and then it was 1v1.
Well, Coach, listen, good luck. You got next conference game is Tuesday against Broward College. Appreciate your time. Tough lots, but I know you guys will bounce back. You got a great team. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
That's Coach Oliver Twelvetrees, and again, a tough loss, but the fact is he said something earlier. They're going to bounce back. This is a very talented team, and again, top 10 showdown. It paid off. It paid dividends, and let's take a look back on some of the things that transpired in this match here between these top 10 Titans. It's a goal situation right here. You can see right there, Nader Donato. This was the first goal by Daytona State College. Couldn't bottle it up. And sure enough, Craigton Charlton makes him pay. Nice little sidestep kick in the back of the net. 1-0 Daytona State.
Bryce fumbled the ball a little bit, and then the team wasn't able to clear it. This is a great ball into the box for Rosary, and he takes a shot. The goalkeeper, great block by D'Amico, and of course Danilo does the rest. Here's the play I was talking about, one-on-one. You should never be one-on-one. And, of course, Oliver Twelvetrees cleared that out for us. The center mid got sucked in. And Craigton Charlton goes up. Good save by Notar Dodano. But yet he's able to win the ball. And that's pretty much the difference in this game.
And that was the game winner, Scott Benoit. But, again, it was a tough match, a grudge match per se. But Daytona State College comes in and sneaks one away. 2-1 is your final, but it was a great crowd, great energy, and Eddie, the fact of the matter is, how do you move on from here?
Well, you just got to go back and look at the tape and be accountable for the things you did right and the things you did wrong. There's some positives, I would say. There's some good things they did, and then once again, it comes down to the tactical aspect of the game, and tactically, you were not on for 90 minutes. One mistake in the back as a team, because you have to classify that as a team, and that was the difference in this game. You do have to find a way to get back, and that's the sign of a great team. The teams that, even though they lose a game, they bounce back and they recover. Not only physically, mentally, because this is one of those that is going to hurt you more mentally than physically tomorrow.
Well, and like you said, a lot of things can be cleaned up, and this is a top-notch program. And again, they lost back-to-back to number one team in the country, Monroe College, and then they face off against Daytona State College. But again, I know to Coach Oliver Twelvetrees, this is a great team. It's going to be a great season, and some of these losses sometimes early in the season can really pay dividends toward the end as you're trying to chase that cup final. But Eddie, great broadcast as always, and I just tell you what, it's been great to be part of this, but tough loss for the Titans, but on behalf of our wonderful crew of WEFS TV, they do first class all the time. My main man, Eddie Rodriguez. My name's Eric Kohler, and for our producer, Bryce Foster, tell you what, stick around, fans. We'll be back. Titans always rise. Final score, Daytona State 2, Eastern Florida State 1. Take care. Good night, everybody.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program.